kind of hard to hold in the phone. I tried it.
She should be maybe easier.
That's good.
Please, Tinker.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are an hour earlier today. We've had just a bit of a scheduling conflict today with a bunch of staff that need to be on a call with some other schools, so we're just coming to you a little early, but it also means that you get to see lunchtime with these little cuties. So we'll just wait a few seconds here for people to get online. You can see this little pile of snuggle bugs. And that are wearing their little pads and vests.
Try to wake him up.
Oh, goodness. They're getting so fluffy.
I can pass it to you.
So if you're just tuning in, welcome back to our Hollywood Dogs litter. They've just turned 4 weeks old, and you can see Mama Quince in the background there snoozing. And puppies are just napping and playing and eating in their vests right now. It's one of the ways we get them used to wearing different kinds of equipment. And feel free to post in the comments where you're watching from. And welcome Terry and Ellie and Ruth and Susan and Samantha. We're glad to have you here. Oh my goodness, the little puppy dreams are too much. So the puppies have just turned 4 weeks old, so they had their very first meal yesterday, and you get to watch them having their second day of meals today. Sleepy puppies.
Call him.
Puppies.
She's a little. It's like I'm sleepy and confused.
Yeah, they're pretty snoozy. And as they get older and these puppy words get more familiar to them, so we use the puppy in advance of giving them their food. And so it becomes a really nice informal recall that their puppy raisers can use down the road that has a lot of value for them because it means mealtime is about to happen. And so it's very cool. Oh my goodness. So much excitement. So those of you that have been around pads for a while might recognize these little vests from back in the day. This is what our puppies used to wear before they had their little zippered vests that are a lot more durable. They had these little bibs that they would wear. And so we've hung on to them, and they're in our breeder caretaker kit so that they can get used to wearing different things and having buckles and all that kind of thing on them. So if anybody watching has any questions, feel free to post in the comments. We're happy to answer them. And we're with you a little bit early today because we just had a bit of a scheduling conflict. So, and these guys are 4 weeks old, and they're purebred golden retrievers. For those of you that it's your first time watching, welcome. You'll also notice that their pen has less blankets and bedding and stuff in it. You just see these pee pads in the corners, and those are washable pee pads that we use to start potty training them. And initially, if you were watching a week ago, a lot of this floor was covered with fabric and stuff when they first started kind of motoring and moving around when they were first in the pen. And so now we're making those areas where they toilet smaller and smaller. That's one of the ways that we start house training, is by kind of concentrating that so that they understand that there's a different space to eat in than there is to potty, and that kind of, they will go and kind of seek out that smell on the pee pads. And one of the key things that we do in house training is keeping the rest of this floor really, really clean and sanitized so that there isn't any smell on it as much as possible. And then with the pee pads, we kind of change them out infrequently. So we'll leave one that smells when we put a new one in that's clean. We won't pull them all out at once so that they have something that kind of draws them in that smells like that's where they're supposed to be going. And Darlene's asking if it's soft food. So it's basically just their little Eukanuba puppy kibbles. They look like puppy Cheerios that have been softened a bit in some warm water.
Not yet, Quinn.
Oh my goodness, so much cuteness. I love the little one that's lying down while it's eating. Can't tell. Is that Nana? I think. Oh, no, it's not. It's Chloe. Oh my goodness. Is that Quint? Oh, that is Quince in the
Yeah, she's waiting to come in to clean up.
It's like one of the ways that we keep mom interested in puppies once they get to the stage where they have teeth is that when they're getting down to the bottom of their bowl, they're not very good at, they make a lot of mess. So you'll notice kibbles on the ground, etc. And they don't necessarily kind of fully lick out their bowls at this stage, as we let mom in so that mom can clean up what they haven't eaten. And while mama's doing that, then the puppies will nurse a little bit, but they've got full tummies from the kibble, so they're not nursing as much. And so that's part of the weaning process, but it's also part of one of the ways that we reward mama for going into the pen with her little razor blade teeth puppies. So it's kind of balancing out the pluses and the minuses for mom. So Terry's asking about what age are they tested for food aggressiveness. We don't actually test, well, I shouldn't say we don't test for it, because we do periodically when they go through temperament testing at PADS, we give them something high value and take it away to see if they have any resource guarding. But at this age, actually, I think it's next week, right, Tracy, that we do the resource guarding protocol with them?
Probably. I'm actually just reading the week I'm on at a time right now, so I haven't gone to week 5 yet, but it doesn't mention it this week yet.
Yeah, I think it's week 5 and week 6 that we do that, and I apologize because I'm blanking a little bit. But we do an actual protocol with them because they're in a stage where it becomes a conditioned response that if we introduce something high value and then we take it away and we give them something higher value, they learn that giving up high value things gets them something better. And so it's one of the ways that we reduce the instance of resource guarding within our colony. So for those of you that don't know what that is it's actually quite a normal dog behavior, and quite frankly a human behavior, where, you know, if you were eating your meal and somebody just came over and started helping themselves to what was on your plate, you might tell them to go away. Dogs are the same. They will basically, you know, growl or lip curl or something like that, so that they're telling the other dog, hey, this is mine, leave it alone. But it's not something that we want in a service dog, particularly not to any strong degree. So it's something that we work hard on initially to basically just create puppies that like to share. And so because it is quite a natural behavior in dogs. So, and yes, their teeth are already in. Their teeth started to break through in week 3. So they're now, maybe once they're finished nursing, we can take the video in and show you what their little tiny teeth look like. But they're very, very sharp, much sharper than their adult teeth will be. And they're just, they're like little razor blades. They're very, very sharp. So it's a little bit not as much fun for Mama at this stage. So, but Quince is a great mom. She loves these little monkeys. She also enjoyed her snack, clearly.
She's like, okay, you guys deserve me standing here for a second longer.
Yeah. So you're starting to see kind of some core strength in the puppies as they're putting their feet up on Quince while they're nursing and kind of standing on their hind legs a little bit in order to reach. So it's one of the ways that they're kind of building muscles as well, they like to kind of knead while they're nursing. So anybody that's watching, if you have any questions, feel free to post them on the comments. We'll be on for another couple minutes here. So we're happy to answer any questions you may have. And tomorrow we'll be back at our usual time of 1 o'clock Pacific with our very last visit with the helicopter puppies in Calgary. They are going out to their racers on Thursday, so tomorrow will be their last day with us. And so be sure to tune in for that. We will, of course, bring you some updates on them once they go out to razors. But Thursday is their puppy handout day. So we'll be doing some social distance puppy handoffs with new razors. And we're excited to see these little ones head on the next stage of their journey. Of course, Quince's puppies still have about 4 weeks to go before that happens. But so you've got lots of puppy love coming your way. And if it's your first time tuning in or you weren't listening last week, on our alternating days, we're going to be bringing in some guest hosts on our 1 o'clock podcast. So we have some of our wonderful clients who have volunteered to come on and be interviewed and share a little bit about their PADS dogs and how they're making a difference. And so you'll be able to ask them questions. We're using a slightly different format for that. So watch for information on our Facebook page. We'll be publishing some little events, and there will be a Zoom webinar link that you can tune into so that you can ask questions, etc. We'll still publish the link at 1 p.m. every day, but we're using a different platform that allows us to kind of stream from multiple locations. Oh, little monkeys. And Fanny, I'm sure Tracy would love to have your help cleaning up. If only we didn't have social distancing right now, although she does have a whole bunch of helpers in the house, so that's good news. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you just tuned in, I noticed a few people just joined. The video will be posted to the page momentarily, and you can watch it from all the cuteness right from the beginning. And tune back in tomorrow at 1 p.m. We'll be back to our regular time of 1 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, so that you can Tracy the very last visit with the helicopter puppies before they go out to raisers on Thursdays. Maggie was just asking, why do some have pets vests and some don't? This is just how many vests we have at the house right now, so they're just alternating between different puppies. We'll be dropping off some extra ones to Tracy this week so that she's got enough to go around. But they take turns, so it's not a big deal that we're just kind of rotating through with the 4 vests that are here. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. And we will see you all tomorrow.